I come from a family of strong women. The women were all strong. Had to be. Huh? You know how people scream and cry and on the commercials? I think everyone takes it different. I couldn't believe it, really. I thought, this is a joke. I've already been through so much stuff in my life. I just wonder why yeah, anyway. It's life, right? Or it can be.
Almost ready?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. You got it?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, when you first hear the diagnosis of cancer, you automatically get the worst of fears, and you just wish it was over, and clap your hands and think it's a dream. But it is what it is. You wake up the next day and you carry on from one day to the next and just go forward. You got a bottle of water, dear?
Yeah.
Okay. It's my turn, to be the caregiver that I am for.
The trip to the hospital this time, I thought, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. There's so many different side effects from the chemo. And the doctor, she says it's incurable. But I can't give up. Yeah. Should we go this way?
This way, and check in. Hi.
Hello.
Just find a seat, okay?
It's not an easy thing for everyone to understand. How much thought and process and care and the tests, the doctors, the blood work, I'm learning more about medical diagnosis than I've ever thought I'd need to know. And it's just, there's moments I feel weak, wondering. But when it all comes down to it, the bottom line is you're it.
But I don't know if it's going to interact with any of her chemo meds because I don't know exactly which.
I can't touch someone else and say, okay, you're it, time for you to play or take over. It's here, it's me.
We're gonna take it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you have your wristband on.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell me your date of birth?
May 1954. Showing that you're not well, that I'm not strong. Oh. So I know it doesn't always turn out positive, but that's just how I want to think about myself.
Oh, look at Ethan. Give one to Ethan, guys.
Oh, my beautiful children. Hey? Oh, my beautiful children.
Every child has their own personality. His little personality, I guess best way to describe it was he was a strong, silent type. He wouldn't be the type who would just jump off a diving board. He would stop, look at it, figure it out, and then make the jump.
Good boy.
It was just such a joy to be with.
For me, it was just this other half of me.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ethan.
And he had blueberry eyes. That's what we called his eyes, blueberry eyes.
Hi. What are you doing?
But that really special moment was September 15th, the Tuesday. It was a beautiful September, warm, summery September day, and they were on the hammock together, and it was just one of those perfect moments in life where you look out and go, oh, life is good. I have a husband who loves us. I have 4 beautiful children. It's a beautiful day. It was just one of those perfect moments. So Ethan was gone the next day at nighttime, and that was like the last day of the best day of my life. So the days following coming home from the hospital, it was just a fog. The greatest sense was the sense of that life seemed surreal. It just didn't seem real, and it didn't seem like something like this could happen. The pain was just so unbearable. One day I have my son, and the next day he's gone. Mm-hmm. The difficulty trying to comprehend that mentally, it was overwhelming.
I kept saying to myself, this isn't real. This can't be happening. This isn't real. And it wasn't just, I guess, losing my son, but I think one of the hardest things I've ever had to do was come home and tell, his brothers and sisters that, your brother's not coming home ever.
Yeah.
Just trying to explain that to him was just, it was the worst thing to do. And we were just in a fog and just walking zombies, just walking around. Should we eat? We need to feed the other kids. We need to plan a funeral. It was just... It was an ugly place to be in because we just didn't know what to do.
I've often wondered what makes this place so special. They'll say, wow, it feels really good in here. What's that? And I think what I have come to believe is it has to do with the philosophy of care, the values, and people who really care about doing good work. I heard someone say once that this kind of work allows you to be human every day. And it's true. You can't be here and not be real.
When we are working with people in life and death, we have to find a whole new way of relating to its value. Death makes us feel very vulnerable. It leaves us feeling incredibly vulnerable. People are left not knowing what to do, where to go for help. And what we offer is a willingness not just to leave you alone to deal with this, but to walk with you, and not to do it for you, but that you don't have to feel alone and that you are welcome here.
When the cancer was diagnosed,
1, 2, 3.
didn't feel that one.
I'm getting better.
Your whole life changes.
It's a daily battle of not knowing what to expect, and even this last week or two, you know, she says, I don't want to go back. I don't want to have any more treatments because of the last setback.
I didn't know what I needed. I just thought I got to talk to somebody.
Paula speaking. It's okay, you go right ahead. Sure. The initial reaction for most people is you must be wrong, it can't be me. Yeah. Okay, take a breath, okay? And everybody moves through that so differently, you know, because so much can change. So often it's like people need a navigator or an advocate to help them figure out the systems. And that's a pretty tough thing to find for people initially, and one that we can offer, but they have to get here first, so. Say hi, Patty. Come on in.
Right away you feel just the warmth, the acceptance, and everyone has a chance to help each other.
You ready, Patty, or you want to pass it along?
Oh, okay. I looked up and there was like 8 to 10 faces, and I thought, what the? I'm in the operating room? What? I know, and he said, do you know what happened? And I said, no. He said, well, he passed out. So then they had to go.
I've come to learn that my role is really a conduit. It's their opportunity to open up with each other, you know, because they so desperately want to talk about the hard stuff and may not be able to anywhere else.
I just don't feel very strong. And would they push you to have the chemo?
I think they would listen to what you are saying and that you would make a decision together.
Mm-hmm.
Scary stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I was wishing you were in my room. For months, first thing you do when you go to sleep, you think about it. First thing when you wake up, it hits you. I was having a hard time staying positive. Then I joined the group. And I felt better right away. Hello.
Hello there.
Other people don't grasp the situation, what you're going through and how tough it can be on, you know, your physical and your emotional well-being. And having the hospice there, you can be reassured that, you know, it's not the end. You know, there's more out there to life. And the hospice helps show that, helps give that back to you, that, you know, life is worth it. The caregiving and the love and the support and everything else, it all makes it worthwhile.
I'm not afraid of death. Think about living each day.
You know, when you take those vows, till death do us part, you got to do everything you can right till that time. And hopefully it's a long time away.
Hurry up, there's a fish, hurry up.
Look at his face.
He's so excited.
Look at Daddy.
Yay!
When people have somebody they love deeply die, it's not about recovery. We don't recover from grief. We learn to find life again with grief as a companion, not an enemy. And that journey takes a long time. The period was the period from December through till February. During those months, I had 5 families, all who had sudden traumatic death of a child. When I'm with people at that point in their life, I will hear things like, "Our world as we know it has gone, but I'm trying to be strong." And the idea that we have and that we hear is that if we can push those things down and just hide them and keep going with life, that we'll be better. Those kinds of things are just not true.
You know, people are assuming that you're back to normal after a number of months, and they just think everything is back to normal. They just don't understand that you're maybe just not overtly showing it, but inside you're still in pain.
So the first part of that connection with them, which went on for a period of months, getting through Christmas and the 1-year anniversary, talking about how do we honor him. Those very, very private, family, sacred questions. And as I listened to each of their stories, there is something about grief that wants to find companionship. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
And to be able to share that journey.
I was looking for a place so I could realize that I wasn't alone, that I wasn't going crazy. And I just remember walking into this room and I could see the anguish on their faces, and it's like, yep, okay, you know. There's so much pain, but yet you're surrounded by the only people in the world that know what's going on, with yourself and your family.
I remember wanting to go to hospice, and I was hoping maybe they had figured out what I couldn't figure out of how to do this grief. But I quickly figured out that none of us had the answers, that we were all struggling, but that we could learn from each other's struggles if we opened up and shared. And I will never forget this element of bonding. That grief is okay. And honoring your loved one is a good thing. Hospice doesn't have all the answers, but hospice gives you tools to help you do the work of grief.
Yeah.
Yeah, hospice gives you tools. That's pretty significant.
Mm-hmm.
You do? You carry this. What do you need it for?
We talk about here at hospice the gifts that people give to us even in their dying. And the gifts they give to us are the gifts of how do I live better now.
With our busy lives, we all have an idea of how we should live our lives and what kind of legacy we should live as we look back. And Ethan's passing made me realize how precious life is. That, that my children, my life, our family is just so important, and I just wanted to just embrace it and just make it the center of my life. That's how I feel I've honored him.
Sorrowful, but always rejoicing. That is my life now. That is our life now. Mm-hmm. Our life is sorrowful, mm-hmm. yet always rejoicing. Mm-hmm. And it's taken me time to get there, because I thought I would never feel joy again. But in those family events, I am touched by the sweet moments. And Ethan's gift to me is he's made me aware that our loved ones, that relationships are the most important thing in life. I care that I have people.